Hey guys, good morning. How are you? How's your Thursday going? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to YouTube Live. We're doing more comics today. Because of course we are. The good news is we are officially halfway done with the pencils, which I'm so excited about. We're on page 4 of the inks, and I haven't really colored anything yet. I'm kind of saving that so I can make a video about it. Plus I want to make sure that like I have several pages inked and I can kind of get those done at the same time, mess with some of the colors a little bit. Devin, good morning. Welcome. How are you? We have a speech bubble I gotta put in right here. Just make sure all my stuff is the right size. Oh, it just like overlaps right here. Okay. Thursday morning, happy to be watching spooky comic stuff. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. Didn't have a super productive day yesterday for whatever reason, so I am feeling like today is just gonna have to be awesome. It doesn't get a non-awesome option. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Quick Phil, why are you like this? Wonder why it can't fill that. I wonder if it's because this little gap right here. Maybe. It does happen like that sometimes. There we go. Nice. So I'm halfway through working on a video about thumbnailing a comic. It is all like recorded and produced and everything, and I just have to add the voiceover. I think I'll probably do that today so that we can put that up tomorrow. I'm also have all the footage put together for an emote video that I just need to kind of like do the after production. I think that'll be pretty cool. I've tried to make that video like 4 times. I do not know what happens, but every time something just is like, no, not this time. Some project gets like kicked ahead of it, whether it's like a commission or the comic or something. We're gonna go ahead and turn off the mask here so I can get this face looking good, because it's super weird to try to draw half a face like that. It's uncomfy and I do not like it. I don't feel like the proportions were doing very good. So we're like halfway through November and I'm still not ready for Christmas. What does that mean? I'm still just like not ready for it to even be Christmas yet. I found this new triangle pen on the Clip Studio store. It's like really amazing for sketching. It has some very cool, like, the line quality is like really nice. I don't know, it kind of promotes drawing more like angularly. There was a tutorial on faces I was watching here on YouTube. I think it was Cinex. Cinex was talking about how they use a triangle brush for sketching because it's like it gives you like more organic shapes or something. I'll have to see if I can find the video, but it was a really cool one. I will link it after. I like that, like, when YouTube saves the VODs, you get the option to add some stuff to the description. I think that's really helpful. Also, we should finally have the 1080p issue fixed for streaming. I guess when I switched over to Streamlabs, I missed one of the settings that was available. So, Brando, my partner, has fixed that. We're hoping. It should be good now. Just kind of checking the settings and it looks like everything's saved, so we should get 1080p out of this one, which would be great. Because that first one in 480 was almost unwatchable. It's always a learning process, you know? You never know what's gonna happen. I really feel like this isn't even on model. I think we need to squish it a little bit. I don't know why I did her head so, like, oval shaped. Also, I'm just realizing how silly her like pajamas with lab coat combo is gonna be. Because they both have these like collars on them. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if that's like completely hideous or what. got a chance to actually like warm up a little bit this morning before we started streaming, which was like amazing. So we can kind of just jump right in and start getting some serious pencils done. Instead of watching me sort of like waiting for the warm-up to kick in for 20 minutes. I don't think it's normally that bad. I think that's an over-exaggeration for sure. What does her hair look like? It's been like 2 days since I've worked on this because I was working on that emote thing. The emote video. Forgot what my freaking model looks like. Does it happen to you guys? Come back to something you draw a lot after a couple of days and it's just like, I don't remember what that looks like. I don't remember how to draw. If I conducted mad science at home, I'd probably just throw a lab coat over your jammies. Same. I think I would too. I think lab coat over jammies is like kind of a vibe. Especially like little stripy Tim Burton-y jammies. So cute. Alright, we can turn that back on now. Oh man, that panel looks wonky. What happened with that eye there? Yikes. Definitely should have flipped that before I moved the mask. It's okay, we can fix it. We have the technology. This is why we do pencils, kids. Here we go. That looks better. Looks like I accidentally went through and like put half of these in the panels and then the other half I didn't. There we go. Fixed it. Okay, great. One more page. So we're on page 11 of 22, which is exactly officially halfway. We have a few speech bubbles to put in here. looks super weird. Sometimes I leave the tails on these speech bubbles just like way too long. No idea why. Okay, let's take a look at some of the speech bubble reference I have. I really like the look of these kind of like hand-drawn ones. They're a little frustrating because I haven't done that many. It's kind of infuriating. Just like a little bit. I have to do a couple tries usually. We get it eventually though. Maybe if I did the like the tail first. That looks like it works a little better. I don't remember what the text is for this one. And of course I didn't like list it. There we go. Okay. We need the little like skeleton model that I did last time. Just make sure my like giant reference thing is open. The giant reference page of doom. Trying to figure out what the little like pelvis tilt on that would be. I think it's probably like that. Weird. I always struggle a little bit to stylize like poses like this. She just looks like she's like too wobbly. I maybe need to go find some reference. Mush Munster, good morning. It's a mushy? Yes. How do I find photo reference for somebody kneeling down to talk to a cat? That seems weird. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. I found one. Yay! Mush Monster, how's your morning going? How's your Thursday? Just search. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, yes. This is an accurate search. Okay, so we kind of need more of a side angle, I think. More of like a profile. I should probably just save this picture out to the reference document so I don't have to keep like looking at it. If that makes sense. You're doing great. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I am doing okay. Got my hair colored yesterday because I had like an inch of roots. It was getting gross. I went from the orange bang stripe back to like a blondish whitish stripe. It's supposed to be gray. We're working on getting it gray. The orange is holding on for dear life. Which is unfortunate, but fine. We don't mind. It's cute. No regrets. Looking all fresh now. To go change my VTuber so she's got a white and instead of an orange stripe too. It was green for a little while. I didn't really update any of my branding for that. It was cute, it just like faded too fast. Apparently my hair didn't want to like hold on to the green dye, but it was like orange is close to the normal weird auburn color. We're gonna keep that forever. And ever and ever and ever. Red tones be like, I'm never leaving, this is my house now. Yeah, for real. Infuriating. I think it's especially bad for whatever reason if you're already like a red undertone too. Man, this little girl's proportions are so messed up. Honestly, probably gonna bundle this like lab coat on the floor a little bit so you can just hide some of these crimes. The crimes. I love drawing peepers so much. I was doodling while we were making fajitas last night for dinner, and I just was like, I'm just gonna draw peepers a bunch of times. Too cute not to draw. Let's flip this and get a good look at it. Just in case. As I suspected, her body is gigantic for some reason. Bit more of Peeper's tail in there. I'm still trying to decide, does Peepers have like a lanky like tabby cat tail, or does Peepers have like a big fluffy big floof tail? I think in the concept art I gave Peepers like kind of a long tail. We'll stick with that. That's cool. That's the command for your cat to give you side-eye and then ignore you. Oh no. Your cat doesn't like pss, 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 pss. Unfortunate. I am a fan of fat cats. Me also. I like lanky cats, but like I like them to be like weird and small. I don't like them to look like malnourished. I think lanky malnourished cats are just tragic. That's just sad. We don't want peepers to be sad. We just want peepers to be vaguely creepy. We're going for spooky cat, not ASPCA cat. The stream is oddly quiet. I had accidentally hit the mute button on your keyboard. Well, you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes we have just like a little bit more of a chill, quiet stream. I do sometimes get in my own headspace a little bit. The buns on the back skeeve you out. Yeah, that makes me feel so sad. That makes me run to the nearest grocery store and buy all of the cat food. Cat backbones or human? The cats that are like too skinny. Oh, we get to showcase the fuzzy slippers again. Yes. I love that for this panel. No skinny cats, please. I know, right? I was talking about how I wanted to give peepers like kind of a skinny tail. But not like creepy skinny, not sad ASPCA Sarah McLachlan. Is it Sarah McLachlan who does that commercial? I can't even remember. Can't even take the 90s sad pets videos. Hate that. That actually looks pretty good. Pretty pleased with that. Cool. Next panel. What was this panel supposed to be? I feel like that panel was... I haven't thought about Sarah McLachlan since like the 90s, right? Weird. Super weird. Excuse me. What was I just looking for? Oh, I remember. I was looking for the script version of this that has the thumbnail attached to the text, so that I know what this panel is actually supposed to be. Oh, I kind of like ended up combining two panels. Okay. I know what we need to do. We need to give Peepers like a little bit of time to finish his fish. I like that Peeper's ears are just kind of like, they're a little bit horns, but like also not. Like they're kind of horn shaped. Implying that it might be some kind of infernal kitty. I want to 3D print a Peepers toy. I have to figure out my 3D modeling game though, because I'm super behind. Blender had so many versions in the arms of angels. No, Mush, no. Hey, Jink, good morning. I would love a Peepers toy, right? Same. I re-downloaded Blender and I started playing with it on Tuesday. It is so different. They did like a whole UI change. Like I think the last version I used was like 2.5 or 2.6 and we're on 2.9 now. Yeesh. It looks completely different. I was watching a tutorial where a guy was like basically just using the grab tool to like sculpt a sphere into a head, and I was like, wait, I was adding clay this whole time? I was using the clay strips and the draw tool to like add clay to the 3D model this whole time? You're trying to tell me it was just an option to like warp it? What? The panel's gonna be so cute. I love it. That looks weird. I think we're gonna have to get rid of the mask on this one so I can draw that one properly. The ears were not lining up correctly. Still can't get over how much your art keeps improving. It's always charming, but lately it's been even more so. Aww! Jake, that's amazing. Thank you. I've been working really hard to get it to a point that, like, I feel good about it. I feel like this bubble needs to scooch over. I was just zooming out to make sure that all of these peepers are facing the same direction, because I don't want to like swap him in a weird way that's gonna break the like 180-degree rule. She works hard for the money, right? Yes, she does. She works hard for those skills. Oh, we can fit the whole tail in the shot on this one. That's gonna be adorable. Yes. Guys, what would a Peepers toy look like? Hang on, hold up. Hold up. Just really quick here. Just a really quick, like, so like a big head, right? And we gotta get the like cheek tufts in there. And I'd probably do like little tiny body. And then we could have the tail kind of like embedded in the back. The tail kind of comes up like that, if this is the back. Place something to indicate the back of the head right there. And then the big eyes. I don't know if I would like... I'd probably want to put these in. I wonder if I could figure out how to do that. And then with a little like smile. We could do some little like precious cat paws like that. That would be so cute. Quick plushie design. Real quick. Just real quick. Yeah. I was having a hard time drawing cats the other night and I thought to myself, Marina would just conjure this shit in no time. Cats are kind of hard. I have a lot of experience drawing cats. I've been drawing my cats for like 10 years. My cats are beautiful ancient beings at this point. I think there is some very old Instagram posties of my kitties. Let me see if I can find one. Because there's definitely like some of my kitties are not optimal. Like some of them are so crap. They look like garbage. Garbage. Why does Instagram load so slowly? I would like to know. Like, can we just load more of the feed at a time, please? Okay, I used to draw kitties like this. This is Micron pen and like Pentel. I can't remember, there's like a specific pen. Okay, this is red and black Pilot High-Tech C pens. I like that cat. A delightful gremlin. Thank you. Instagram, more like Delaystagram. Yeah, Slowstagram. I like Slowstagram too. It's busy algorithming and deciding what ads to display every 2 posts. Too real. That's too real. It looks like a Gimafu cat. It's very like there's just so many like weird lines. I just wasn't careful at all with my lines. In 2014 was when this was created. There's more of them. Like I was like planning on making like a whole series, and like this you can't even tell what's happening. Look at those sloppy lines. Girl, you've already been to art school. Tighten it up. Please. For the love. Sassy. Yeah. It is a sassy cat. So we could probably like... No, because if the tail's there, it has to print in one piece. Excuse me. So it would probably need a support to print this nicely. Like we'd probably have to do zigzag supports under the cheeks. It's a mini 3D printing lesson for anybody who wanted it. There's also a method where you could print the head separately from the body, and then the body could have like a little pin that would come up, and like the head would just slot on there, but the bottom of the head would have like a hole that would be printed in there, so it could just like slot onto this little like pin setup. Toy making is super weird. But if we did this method and you didn't glue it, you could turn Peeper's head so it could like swivel. But that would not allow for like this tail. That way the head is articulated and can turn. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of life and energy there in the cat pen drawings. I agree. I think that they're also extremely sloppy though. Okay, we'll save that for later, because I want to play with that some more. I want to get into Blender, wrap the tail around the front instead. That's a good idea. Yeah. 360-degree head spooking statue is the spookiest. I love it. So you could give it like a little exorcist turn, like, right? That's hilarious. I love that. This is another one I think we're gonna have to take the mask off of so we can get it lined up properly. I love that you can just turn these on and off. The tail could be integrated with the body. Yeah. So either the tail needs to kind of wrap around the front, or the tail needs to curl in a tighter spiral so it sits on the bottom. I'll have to spend a little bit of time today seeing if I can make that in Blender, and I'll post it on the Discord for you guys to see. Because I think that could be really fun. I'd have to figure out, like, I'd have to go look at a bunch of other models and figure out how other people did their eyes. I've seen some where they just kind of like, they leave a little hole and then they extrude like a little piece and print that out, and that just like pops into the hole. I wonder if you could do that with the little like eye slits in place though. We'll have to see. Probably could. They're probably going to be big enough, because I was thinking about a Peepers toy being like, I don't know, 4 inches tall, like the size of a Pop Funko kind of, and like the body's only, would it just tip over? I feel like it would just tip over. Maybe the tail could come down on the build platform / the table, and like stabilize for the base. That's something that's actually going to require making it and printing one off to be able to see if it would actually do that. Another thing we could do is put more infill in the bottom. So when you 3D print stuff, you can tell it how much material to print inside to support the interior. So like you can do, they're called like shell layers. So you can do like an outside layer that will kind of just be like nesting like thickness layers, and then it will do different kinds of filling in the middle. So there's like kind of like a squiggly one, there's like a cubic one, and they do like different varieties of support. So I might be able to just print the bodies with like a higher support ratio, and then they'd be a little bit heavier because there would be a little bit more filament that was deposited in there. That might work. I have to try it. I'll have to wait till after Christmas for that. Current 3D printer is super broken. I think I need to look back at my 2021 art goals, because I made an actual like goals thing on stream a while back. I wonder how far I made it. Like how much of my goals I actually like hit for the year. I know lighting was one of them, and I feel like I fully realized that as like one of them was like get better at lighting. Art resolutions 2021. Improve lighting. Post first YouTube video. I did that. Improve anatomical structure knowledge. I did that too. Better hairstyles. Yep, did that too. Nice. I thought expressions was one of them. Maybe not. I sure did a lot of like cartoon expression studies for not having that be a 2021 goal. Maybe we can just fold that into anatomical. This playlist has such chill vibes. It's Nightingale Lo-Fi, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, Nightingale Lo-Fi. There's like a big giant playlist of them on Spotify. like this triangle pen. It has like a very good, like it has like a good, like flick action, I guess. You know when you like flick the end of a line? That's a stupid word for it, but I think you guys know what I mean. So much possibility, so little time. Yeah. Yeah, this playlist is nice. Jank, I think you gotta just pick something and start. Make a huge list of all of the cool creative things you want to work on. And then pick the one you're feeling the most right now. She's always got the best stream music. Thank you. I try very hard to have very good DMCA free music because I don't want it to get demonetized or muted, but also like I have to listen to it too. Like I want a noodle with guitar. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a struggle. The DMCA free thing is kind of hard. I feel the same way though. Sometimes I'll get on a stream and just be like, oh man. Or like they just like don't even try. And so it's like, one of my favorite Twitch streamers, you get on and she's just listening to like Rob Zombie or something. Or like ICP, and I'm like, it's the cutest art style, and like why though? This is so weird. It's such a weird juxtaposition. I really like the streamers who do like bardcore. There's a whole series of like DMCA free music that is bard versions of like popular pop and rock music. Those I love. That's actually amazing. Yeah, something little definitely still counts. Enjoy the low-key music instead of intense synthwave all the time. Yep, same. The synthwave is cool, and I really do like it. I just like haven't been feeling the hype playlist lately. I was thinking about that music thing, and I think that could be why I can't flow while I'm streaming because my music isn't on. Yeah, it's very hard to get used to. It took me 6 months to like get to a point where I could work with just kind of, and also it changes depending on how good the DMCA free music is. So like this Nightingale playlist, I find this very like soothing, but it's still just kind of like chill, has kind of like a vibe to it. Kirk Shannon is one of my favorite streamers. He doesn't play music at all on his stream. He's got tunes in his little earbuds and doesn't play it over the stream. Yeah, so I've also got Voice Meter installed, so I could probably just stream and have my music on the side. and use my same studio headphones. And that way you guys could just kind of turn on your own music. But I know I particularly listened to streams at work a lot when I worked in IT. And I didn't have the ability to have like music on. Like they had like Spotify blocked off on the work computers. Yeah. Yep, it's nice to have your own jams on. I feel like, just kind of, I'm just gonna continue to just kind of play some kind of chill stuff, and I'll keep the volume like relatively low so you guys can still kind of hear my mic if you turn it down. Because I do that sometimes. I'll turn down a stream so that I can hear the speaker, and then I'll just kind of put my music over the top of their music. You're used to jiggling your legs and screaming along to metal? Same. That's exactly how I was doing art when I started streaming, and it like the first stream we did, I turned on the stream beats and was like, I'm not gonna be able to work. I'm not gonna be able to process the things that I need to process creatively in order to get this done. This is not gonna work. It definitely took some time. So I guess takeaway on that would just be don't give up. Don't give up. There's also some metal that is DMCA free. Halcyon, I think is a Halcyon. Halcyon is pretty decent. They have a streaming music playlist that they like update themselves. They don't update it a ton, but like when they release new stuff, they'll put it on there. I have been doing that this week also with the comic a lot. I'll be working on this and just be like it will veer off. Yeah, the stream persona thing is a little bit weird. And I don't really have like I don't really have a ton of advice on that. Let me percolate that so that I can kind of like collect my thoughts on that, and I'll maybe have a little bit more advice in a couple minutes. Because I do feel like I have stuff to say on that. I just need to kind of like gather it. The 3 hours of like not noticing your music turned off though, that's like a whole vibe. Some of my Spotify playlists are set to like go to playlist radio after. And so I will like come out of it 4 hours later and be like, why am I listening to like super old Decemberists? What happened here? How did I get here? Where even am I? So the stream persona thing, I think there are a couple of camps. I think it's very fun to have kind of an on-screen persona, like a lot of VTubers, that like the VTuber character is not who they are. Decemberist is incredible, for sure. Yeah. Also, I have rediscovered, along with super old Decemberists, I have rediscovered Band of Horses and Cold War Kids and Fleet Foxes, which I all listened to, like I listened to all of those at the same time. Also Silver Sun Pickups. So like those albums I listened to kind of all at the same time in my musical growth. And it's just like very, like they feel very cathartic to me. So the stream persona, I think that there is the VTuber route where you create a character that you are on stream. And I think the other way to go about it is to just be very, very authentically you. I think people can tell if you're being inauthentic. And I think there's like a specific vibe to the VTuber characters that feels a little bit not fake, but it feels a little bit curated, to use Mush your own word. It feels like it's just a very specific collection of parts of the whole. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So if you wanted to have a Mush Monster character that you played on stream, I don't think that's any less valid than trying to be like 100% yourself. It's also, you can't compare it to like how you are with your very, very close friends or your family or your partner, because that's like you've been through some shit with those people, and it's not the same for your stream family in quite the same way, you know? It has a different quality to it. Like, we definitely have been through some shit collectively, and we've done a lot on this channel. Like, we've changed the schedule a couple times, we've moved a couple of times. You guys have been along on some like really incredible projects, like this comic making project. So like, we have experienced some things collectively that are very real, that are very authentic, and that have been very like poignant. There's been a couple of streams where I've just been like, look, you guys, like, mentally in a terrible place right now, but like, I want to hang out with you. Let's just do it together. This stream's probably gonna suck because like my brain is bads. But also, like, maybe we can just make art anyways and it doesn't matter if it's bad. It's kind of like a job persona. So like, I don't know, there's like a lot of, I don't feel like it's that far off usually though. For me personally, I don't feel like I'm filtering that much out for streaming. I feel like I'm a little bit more articulate, like I take a little bit more time to think through what I say, especially here on YouTube where I know that we're gonna keep this for a while. I feel like that's, I want to be intentional about what I'm putting out into the universe for other artists and other creative people to intake. But I also just don't want to be so filtered that it sounds plastic, you know? I don't ever want to be that person, because I've interacted with a lot of people like that in my life, and it you feel like you're talking to like an android or something. Like, it isn't fun, it isn't enjoyable, and you feel like you're giving so much to the conversation and to the, you know, sometimes like partnership that is like, they're not giving anything back, whether it's like a work partner or a creative partner. Yeah, it can't all be amazing, and that's okay. I definitely feel like streaming as a job persona, being in a corporate office, has a lot more like restriction, and I didn't feel like I could be myself there really. And here I feel like with you guys, I can be a lot closer to my authentic self. We talk about like taxidermy, resin encased bats sometimes. We talk about like mortuary sciences. I think we talked about mortuary sciences one day, and I did that in my workplace once, and the face that I got from most of my coworkers, I was like, never again. It's not I think that in-person Marina is a lot more awkward than stream Marina. Stream Marina, I think, is a little bit more articulate. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? How do you feel like your favorite streamers are on the kind of like character to authenticity scale? Do you think they do a good job? Do you like when people are more authentic, or do you prefer a streaming character? Make art anyways, doesn't matter if it's bad, is basically where I'm at the sketching today. If you make art anyways and it's bad, then like you still made art. I don't know why we always feel like art has to be incredible every day, every time. Like every time I pick up the pencil, it has to be like a masterpiece. That's so completely antithetical to like creativity, creative practice, and like life in general. I can't think of anything we do that is creative that every single time we pick it up, it's perfect. Like even the symphony gets together and practices so that their like performances are good. They have a ton of mess ups. You filter yourself a lot less in your professional life than you probably should. I have no patience for playing pretend either. At 31 going on 32, I can't be bothered to not be me anymore. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of trying to like be somebody else. I'm done. I'm just gonna, all I got's me. That's all that's left. You know, you like make it through like high school and college and your like young adult years, and it's just kind of like, I was trying to fit in, and I was trying to make friends, and I was trying to be a human that I thought other people wanted me to be, and it just isn't, it's not sustainable. Who has the energy for that? Plus, you're never happy doing that. And I didn't realize that until like probably literally last year. It's just kind of like, I hate this. I think I'm just gonna drop all of this and just, if I want to be a weird grown-up emo goth chick in her 30s, we're just gonna lean into that. I'm fine with that. Yeah, as safe as they can be, or as authentic as they can be safely in public. There's also like a lot of platforms don't allow swearing quite the same way that I would normally do in my life. Or, you know, I have family and friends who get on, and I don't want to be too like weird in front of family and friends, because then, you know, it just is. I feel like the only time you're truly yourself is when you're creating basically in a vacuum on your own, like in your home where no one else is there, and you're only kind of like, you only have your own head conversation going. And I feel like everybody else, even the people who live with you to a certain extent, get kind of like a curated option. I don't know. That might be a differently brained anxiety thing to be experiencing. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I only have this one life experience to provide. You guys can compare and contrast. You prefer a strong degree of authenticity? Yeah. I think I do too. Yeah. I also really like a lot of VTubers. Cobble on Twitch is incredible. He's so funny, but like I can't imagine that that's not a persona that he kind of like puts on for streaming. It's a very cool persona, and he manages to say some very like authentic things and keep it super real within his persona, which I really respect. I think that's like an acting trait that I maybe don't have though. I feel like that's like a theater kid boss level that I never got to. I never made it out of the chorus line, guys. There's a coaster taped above your desk that says, create something today, even if it sucks. I agree. There was a book we worked on in college called Destroy This Book, I want to say, that had kind of a similar Wreck This Journal. It was called Wreck This Journal, and it's by Carrie Smith. It's a very cool project book, but it basically is like a journal that you follow the prompts in and you just mess it up. And a lot of them turned out really ugly for me, but it was still really fun. And it really got a lot of like creative juices flowing for me. And I think that has the same vibe. Create something today, even if it sucks. And that was kind of like, there was a class where we basically just worked on this journal. Like we would have assignments from this journal and then we would have like our bigger projects. So it was kind of like a warm-up journal. It was good. It was cool. Highly recommend Carrie Smith's books. Trying to be someone else just sucks. Yes. Life is too short for inauthenticity. And you don't figure it out until like you're a good grip into it, I feel like. Yeah, I think that you can put a lot more of yourself into your work when you stop thinking about what I should do. I spent a lot of time trying to make art that other people would like, and a lot of art that like was gonna sell on Etsy, and that was terrible art. Joe Bob Briggs, I had to ask him how different his Joe Bob persona is from his actual self, John Bloom. What did he say? I bet his is pretty different. That would be kind of interesting. I like that little face that Beepers is making in this one. This is funny. Stop yapping and finish your page. Right? No, I enjoy the chatting. It took me a while of streaming to figure out that when there's people in your chat and you have things to say and it's like general life advice that you would have found valuable at any point, you just stop and chat. Because the art is only half of it. The art is only half the stream. Sometimes you have to prioritize the other half. He said that the Joe Bob persona is a very amplified version of John Bloom. Yeah. He never said anything as Joe Bob that wasn't true to John Bloom. Exactly. Yeah. Which is what I figured. I was just curious. An interesting answer, though, for sure. An amplified version. This one needs a little bit of reformatting because that bubble is not going to fit on the page. I wonder if we could... wonder if we could do this. Just move the panels over a little bit. Just so you guys know, when you panel in Clip Studio, you're not ever locked into the panel sizing. You can use the object tool to fix it. Dun dun dun! Okay, all of this needs to be consolidated. I don't have any idea what I was doing there. That looks a little closer to what I was hoping for. Oh, we were gonna do the tail first, because that actually works a ton better. I forgot about that. I'm not sure if you guys are all in the US, but happy US Thanksgiving next week. Let me look at the schedule really quick so I can give you guys a quick update. So I will not be streaming on the 25th because we will be at Brando's family's for the Thanksgivings. I was thinking about maybe replacing on the 26th. Or maybe the 24th, but I think I'll be making pies on the 24th. But we will be streaming on Monday, the 22nd. Alright, it doesn't look like we have any other speech bubbles on this one. Did I save this page 11? Yeah, I did. Great. Perfect. Go ahead and close that. I actually think I'm kind of tired of penciling. Let's move to page 4 with the inks. Penciling just wears my brain out real fast. Does that happen to you guys? Like, do you feel like the setup just kind of like nukes your brain? Okay, we're gonna try not to get super detailed on this one because it's so tiny. Is this even... I don't think this is even on model. I have to keep checking. It's close, but it's not quite on model. What is this? That line is like not supposed to be there. Oops. Shrink, not fill. Shrink. That looks about right. No! I really shouldn't erase with that big of an eraser. I always lose pieces. You're gonna head off now? Okay. Bye, Jank. Thanks for stopping in. It was very fun to chat with you and hang out. See you later. Have a good Thursday. All right, let's start in the back. Neurotic client. Oh no. Shoot. That's never fun. I hope it works out, Mush. That can be so irritating. Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked if we can see the blood moon or not. Let me look. So it should be a full moon coming up at like 5-ish. Okay. So probably. I don't know how long it's gonna take it to get like fully overhead. I'll keep an eye out for it though. Somewhere around like 11 maybe. I'll have to look for it. I love seeing those. They're really cool. Mush, are you streaming today for the blood moon? I thought I saw in your Discord that you were. Oh, nice. Can you DM it to me on Discord? I have not figured out why you guys can't post links in the YouTube chat yet. When I find it, I will make it available. Also, Devin, that's a very cool sticker. I really like that. Create something today, even if it sucks. I love the zombie hand, too. That's great. So I'm doing kind of a little bit of a comic hack here. I want some like wood turned railings. For this banister. So I'm using the symmetry tool to make it like super symmetrical. And then I'm going to delete the ruler, adjust it to like the point where it stands the way I want. And then I'm basically just going to duplicate those. Then I'm going to collapse them all down. I might actually just like leave those for a minute. Sneaky symmetry layer, yeah. You're gonna work on a poster design and do some magic. Amazing. I'm excited. I'll have to keep an eye on the Discord for when you get on. Because that sounds so fun. So last time I actually used Blender for toy making, I was making ball jointed dolls and I was 3D printing the base parts, sanding them smooth and casting them in resin using like a silicone mold. But I was doing it all with a mouse and keyboard. And on Tuesday when I opened it up with like my new fancy tablet, I was like, what? This is a totally different experience. It's so nice. You can get so much more subtle too because pressure sensitive pen. I was kind of freaking out. Oh, this line has given me fits today. Trying to be really careful not to go too detailed on this, because like this is a third of a page and she's super tiny in the panel. I should probably have a second one of these open at size so I know what I'm looking at here. Right? That's a pretty good like hack. You don't know what Blender is. Blender is a 3D modeling program. It is I think it's open source. It's either open source or it's just free to use. It has a ton of tools in it. It is mostly for 3D design and animation. Like they have a lot of people who use it for modeling concept art. But it can also be used if you're very careful with the tools and you're super specific about your settings. It can be used to design your own 3D prints. Which is what I use it for. You just have to be kind of careful because stuff that is used for 3D concept art doesn't always necessarily have connected like parts. Like if you make a bunch of spheres and you stack them all together to do a 3D model, you don't necessarily have to combine those into one object, but for 3D printing you do. You have to make sure that it's like one full complete object, and then you can cut it up using the slicer software that you use with your 3D printer that tells the printer where to cut things, where to like put everything and how many layers to do and all of that jazz. I think we need to decide once and for all how many stripes this pajamas has on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five stripes pajamas. Yeah, it's a pretty fun tool. I really like it. A lot of people use ZBrush the same way. That one's a paid program though. And I am but a hobbyist. I hated 3D modeling at school. Taking online course that includes modeling though. I I don't know. I think my brain works in 2D better when I am like up on my 3D. Because then I'm thinking in shapes rather than lines. Which I feel like makes for better art. Also, it kind of seems like magic to me to transfer a flat 2D sketch into like a 3D model. Even though I've done it a couple of times now, it still feels like magic. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I can visualize stuff in 3D. The actual process of modeling in the software is really unfun for me. Yeah, that's fair. I find that modeling things that are not organic, like if I tried to model boxes or something, that's super boring to me. Organic modeling is a little bit better, but I'm also a garbage sculptor, so anything I can do to avoid having to mess with like Sculpey clay is a win. I also really like that a 3D modeling software, you can pull in a reference image and basically like paste it to the back wall and just kind of like sculpt on top of that. That's very nice. That little Sam that I was working on, the little like Sam doll, basically that Sculpey clay's been in the fridge for like since Halloween, so 18 days. Longer than 18 days because it was before Halloween. That project like has not even moved. I told Brando, like, next time I try to do a project in Sculpey, don't let me do that. Just say no. Like, tell me it's a terrible idea and then I'm gonna hate myself later. Take the drawing and tap your open hand with it and count to 3 as you tap. And then on the third one, put the 3D object in your hand. So when you cut it, it looks like literal magic. Yeah, Sculpey is too soft. I ended up figuring out that you can squish it flat between two pieces of paper and put a bunch of books on it, and it will leach some of the softening chemicals out into the paper. So that kind of helped a little bit, but it also helps to have it be like very cold. So put it in the freezer or the fridge, which is coincidentally why it's in the fridge right now. It's because I was working on it, and then it was in the fridge because I was trying to make it colder, and then I stopped working on it because I hated it. I don't often get that, like, if I'm not immediately good at it, I quit. But I definitely get that every time I try to sculpt something. I don't know why. Like, I just automatically feel like I should be good at working with clay, even though I don't ever work with clay. There's very few other things that I get that with. Do you guys experience that? The like, I quit if I'm not good at it? Used to make pretty decent little sculpted sculptures out of your kneaded eraser. I was pretty horrified when I did not have that experience with Sculpey. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I quit immediately if I'm not good at something, but if I put some time into it and I don't see improvement, I'll throw my hands up and walk away. Yeah, that's fair. I'll do that too. I'll also do the walk away if I see a little bit of improvement, but it was like extremely hard won, or I see a little bit of improvement and then I realize that I don't actually enjoy what I'm doing. That happened to me with croissants. I saw a little bit of improvement and was like, oh no, this is hell. I'm not doing this again. No. Pass. No, thank you. Don't make croissants at home. I'm liking these frames. These look kind of cool. I'd rather make trash and enjoy myself. Yeah. And I do mostly. Good. I think that is a pretty wise approach. I guess I'm gonna have to put portraits in all these frames. That seems like I made a dumb mistake there. This seems like kind of a lot. How many portraits is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Jeez. Honestly, probably gonna rotoscope some famous art in here. But just like real crappily so you can't tell what it is. You would draw all the portraits flat in another file and then, oh yeah, yep, definitely transform them to the shapes for sure. Yeah, no, we're not about that like We're about work smarter, not harder. Or yeah, just throw some blurry stuff in. That's what I would do. Yeah, I'm just gonna go find some like Victorian portraiture and I'm gonna rotoscope it flat and then I'm gonna select it, copy it over, and then transform it to these little boxes because that sounds like so much work. Too much work even. This is me faking a chandelier. Because I honestly can't be bothered. It's actually gonna look pretty good at scale though. That'll be fine. Especially with the lighting on top of this. It's all Vermeer paintings but with cats. Oh, that would be cute. I can't remember how easy Vermeer would be to rotoscope though. Not too bad. There's like pretty clear contrast in shapes, so that would be okay. Yeah, all the details focus on the foreground. Nobody's gonna judge your chandelier. Fair. That's fair. I'm honestly probably putting way too much into these panels. Not gonna lie, just like all of them. I don't care though. I kind of want this to just be like exactly as glorious as the idea I have in my head, which requires a hallway of 12 portraits. So like, we're doing it. We're here. Who cares? You're not under publishing deadlines. I know, right? Exactly. this one. This one's for me. Alright, we're gonna design 3 more frames and then I'm going to jump off for the day. We will see you guys on Monday. That new video should be out tomorrow. I can't remember if it's gonna be the emote one or the thumbnailing one, but it'll be one of those. I'm trying to come up with like some ideas for more content that's like less educational and just more like entertainment. What do you guys think of that? What could I make? I guess the streams are pretty like hangout, chat, entertainment. I'd say make the dream happen. You do your 12 portraits. There's gotta be a 13th off frame. There's a 13th frame right here, but you're not gonna be able to see any of the portrait. So like right over here in the corner. I like edutainment. Okay, okay. You do your 12 portraits has exactly the same energy as you demand your cup of stars from Hill House. You do your weird, over-exaggerated comic goals. I actually think that like there's gonna be a quality to this comic that's gonna be really interesting because I've never done one of these before and I've never had any like professional experience doing this. I think there's gonna be some kind of like not revolutionary for sure, because there's tons of people who do comics that are just like, especially indie comics that are game changers. But I think there might be some stuff that's just like, that's a weird thing she did that like we don't normally see in comics. These sets are weirdly detailed. You'd have to be a crazy person to do this in a comic. And I think that's more like the vibe that I'm going for, is just kind of like, wow, what a nutcase. Why did she do that? That's crazy. Like that artist you sent me, Devin, that filled all the backgrounds in with like spirals, like the sky is all spirals. Like, why would you do that? Why would you spend the time to do that? I love that vibe, which is why the 12 portraits. I'm into nutcase art. the best of basket cases, yes. Okay, that's gonna be too small to even see. Dang, I was really hoping that was gonna work too. I guess we could do this and then just erase the rest of it. I'll have to do it on another layer though. Yeah, Abby Howard, she's only gotten crazy better since those first panels. Really? Yeah, I need to read more of that, I think. I read the first couple of pages and then I got busy, so I'll have to, like, maybe over the holidays take my iPad and just kind of read through a bunch of that. Because those are really cool. I love this vibe of all these, like, mismatched frames. I want to do this in my office, like a whole thing of, like, art prints from different people that I really like. And just, do a bunch of, like, mismatched frames, but they're all, like, the same color, maybe, or the same color family. I love those giant, art walls that are kind of, like, they're just completely off the rails. Like, the things that you should never do with art, they're just, like, all the way to the ceiling. That's actually what you want to do in your living room, like super clean and ordered now, but you want to just cover the walls with art. Yeah, I'm not a minimalist either. Need to eat. Okay, yep, thanks Mush. See you later. Have a good lunch. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. So there's the whole panel. Bon appetit! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We love a spooky pun. Okay, well, we're almost there. We're almost there on that panel. The inking definitely takes a lot longer than the penciling does. I don't mind, though. I think it's nice. I think it's kind of, like, relaxing. I'm way excited to color this frame. I can't wait to do some, like, very spooky lighting. Alright, well, we will see you guys on Monday. Thank you so much for hanging out. I had a really good time. Thanks for doing some, like, real talk vibes with me today. Always appreciate that. I like inking best. Yeah, I think I do too. So we'll see you guys on Monday, the 22nd. We're taking the 25th off next week. And then we'll be back on the 29th. So I will see you guys then. Have an excellent weekend. Have an excellent rest of your week. Watch out for that YouTube video. Check out the Instagram for the cute little, like, Posca stuff that I've been doing, because that's been so fun. And then I'm going to go ahead and include the Discord link if anybody is watching the VOD of this, so that you can come hang out on Discord with us if you would like. Thanks everybody, and have a great week. Bye!